Okay, so one of the number one questions that I guess asked by adult piano student, especially the beginners, is how do I get good at sight reading? In some ways, the question implies like, how do I skip the part where it's boring, where I have to constantly figure things out and get to the fun part, right? Um, well, the correct answer is there's no like an easy solution. It's like this is what you must do, and you'll be able to read like within minutes. Okay, if anybody tells you that, it's a lie. Don't buy it. There's no app that can make that happen. But there are certain things that you can do to get better at reading sooner than later. So, one of the things is number one, you simply have to read. If you're not always reading, um, and this is exactly the reason why we go through so many pieces in these beginning piano classes, is that the more you read, the better reader you'll become. It's like, oh, okay, duh. I knew that. I guess we all know that deep inside. Just like if I want to lose weight, like how do I lose weight? When I ask that, it implies that I want to lose weight as quickly as possible. But deep inside, we all know that you gotta exercise and eat right consistently, right? So same thing with piano. But there is sort of kind of shortcut, as in, if you learn to analyze and group things, group information rather than reading one by one, you will be able to read a little sooner than later. So, that's why recognizing intervals is very important, distance between the keys. If you get used to seeing like second, thirds, and fourth in every context, and then you can identify them quickly, you'll be a better reader, right? And another thing is identifying kind of chords, patterns. If you're able to recognize same patterns, then you'll also be a better reader. So this is where the Right Here Waiting, the piece comes in. By the way, it'll be a very familiar tune. It's an oldie, I guess. It came out in 1989, sung by Richard Marx. Left hand has kind of the same repeating accompaniment pattern, 5-3-1, and then in measure 3 you move, and then in measure 5 you move yet again to A, and then it goes to F, and it goes to G. So these are all triads, if you would have noticed. So the first one is a C major, and then in measure 3 it goes to G major. So instead of thinking C, E, G, if you're able to just go, oh, that's a C major, then you'll be able to process it a little quicker. And the next one is A minor. The whole piece is in C major, so there's no sharps or flats. He doesn't even add them in. And then it goes to F major, F A C, in measure 7. And then 8 is just a G, and then back to C major. And so it's a 1, 5, 6, 4, 5, and then 1 progression. And you're not going to have any other chords besides those. That's what's kind of simple about popular music. It usually has like a 4-chord progression. Okay. Um, so let's just practice. How about just the left hand with pedal? So pedal, you hold it down when it goes down, and then you release like in the middle of the melody line, like in the middle of measure 2, measure 4, measure 6, to even measures. Okay. And when you play the 3-note chord, play the bass a little loudest and release. Get softer on the way up. So instead of going 5, 3, 1, we're gonna do opposite. We're gonna go 5, 3, 1, and notice how my wrist goes down and up. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. About that speed. 1, 2, left and go. 5, 3, 1, 1, 2, release pedal. 5, 3, 1, 1, 2, release pedal. A minor. 1, 2, release, and F, A, C, G, release pedal, and then C, G, There's a rest there, circle that rest, and then hold the pedal down, and then go down to C, and there's a fermata over it. So we're gonna have kind of a slow ending. Notice how it also says ritardando in measure 17, which means gradually slow. Okay, let's take a look at the right hand melody, and you'll notice that there are lots of ties. So tie is that curved line that connects two notes that are exactly the same, right? And you hold it for the entire duration, and you don't play it again, right? So for example, the beginning where it goes wherever you go, and then you don't play that D again, but you just hold it for the next. And it starts on a pickup note, so on the fourth beat. So it goes wherever you go. Okay, maybe I won't sing. It will be 1, 2, 3, and then it starts on G. So the piece is in 5-finger position most of the time until measure 8, where you turn over to B and then goes down. But otherwise, it's mostly in this C major 5-finger position. Okay, we're gonna try to read just the right hand, but it's a little boring to do just, okay, never mind. Let's retract. It's boring to do just the right hand. So we're gonna play actually left hand to get used to it as a blocked chord. So instead of C, G like we practice, we're just gonna simplify and put it down as a 3-note chord, okay, to get used to it. And let's do it at a slow tempo of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, G, G, F, E, D. Left hand shift to G major. B. Now A minor. C to D, F major. D, and then G. Turn over. Go to G. Back to C major. So I'm kind of hinting at the practice steps. Well, first step is actually struggle through the piece. Just read through it. And it's actually likely that most of you will do just fine sight reading it. It's at a level where you're able to. And then, second, now we're going to divide and conquer. Left hand with pedal. Piece of music, C major, G major, A minor, F major, G, okay, C, and things like that. Label it throughout. And next step is block chord left hand, and then read the right hand. Keeping the same pace. Okay. And then third step will be playing everything, but maybe with no pedal first. So let's do that right now. So step number 3 will be add 1, 2, 3, G major. Now A minor, F major together, and then right hand cross over left hand C. And the likelihood of you mastering this piece within the time frame of when this YouTube tutorial ends is highly unlikely, right? So just feel free to pause and practice and then watch the next section, or watch it, try playing along, and then practice on your own, and then maybe rewatch it one more time just to get confirmation. Okay, now step 4 would be where you combine everything. So left hand with pedal, and then right hand playing its melody. So just wanted to remind you the practice steps. First, struggle through it, right? Okay, so after that, after you sight read everything, is 1, pedal with the left hand, 2, block chord with the right hand, and then as written, no pedal, and now we're at the last step of pedal with both hands. Okay, and this is kind of a mellow little piece, so try to keep your arms flowing as the music says. And by flowing, it usually means that we're moving in circles. Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. There's a fermata over it. The eyeball looking thing with the dot means to hold it longer than its value. And you can hold it as long as you'd like, actually. And then release. Alright, hope you enjoy learning the piece. Can't wait to hear it.